Okay, so this video is just to talk a bit about how to prepare for the exam. So the exam is going to be available starting at midnight on February the 8th. So when the 7th turns to the 8th, that midnight. And I'm actually going to make it available for 3 total days. So I'm going to actually extend it one more day. So it's going to be available the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. And it's going to be due on the 10th by 11:59 p.m. Now, let's talk a bit about what the settings are first. Okay, so here are the settings. You only get to take the exam one time. So that's obviously different than the homework assignments where you have multiple chances. You can only take the exam once. Um, Once you hit this Start Test Now button, that is when the exam begins, and that is when the time starts to tick down. After you submit the exam, dude, it's all done. You can't do anything. Um, you should, if you're using a laptop, obviously have like a charger with you. Obviously, for internet purposes, you may feel you even need to be on campus just to have a stable internet connection. Um, you probably don't want to take this exam on your phone or something like that. You want to set yourself up for success here. And again, you're going to have an hour and 20 minutes, 80 minutes to do this exam. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably try to create a folder. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to call it exam 1. Ooh, this is exciting, huh? You get to see it being done right now as we... yeah, I know, it's pretty exciting, huh? I don't know actually what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, man. Hey, did it. Okay, so you're going to see it right here. So you would just basically get to the exam through Laulima, go into MindTap, the Cengage thing, and you're going to see the exam here. You're going to click this, and I'm going to add an activity, and I'm going to add the exam. How cool is that, huh? You get to see it right in front of you as it takes its time to do it. You are seeing here all of the things here. So again, I'm going to make it available at midnight, and I'm going to have it due. It's pretty exciting. Again, you're probably not appreciating it as much as I am, but I just think technology is cool that you get to see it being made. And you might think this is the most boring exam video ever made on YouTube, but it's probably not. Okay. Oh, dude, where is it? That's kind of anticlimactic. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's do that. You would never think that being a professor requires you to know so much about technology, but it truly does. Okay, well, I'll figure out how to... I'll figure out how to do this part. You don't need to... Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, so that was exciting, huh? Okay, well, you would see chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9, and then you would see exam 1. Now, let's talk about how to prepare for the exam. Here's what I would do if I were you. The first thing I would do is I would watch the homework explanation videos. Those videos are in Laulima in the announcements, and you would see them right here, homework video explanations. Then the second thing I would do is I would review the study guide that I will be writing up right after this. Third thing I would do is I wouldn't reread the chapters. I think that after you've watched the homework videos and you kind of see the correct answers being generated, and after you kind of review the study guide, so you're like, oh, I know that, I don't know that, and then obviously correcting any failures on your part, I actually think the exam questions are actually most closely like doing this, the A-test prep. I would do for each of the chapters, go into prepare for test, and just look at the overview very quickly. I don't think it'll take that long, but then focus your attention on the A-test prep. If you've never done the A-test prep, click it, and what you do is it's got these like pools of like practice questions. So now what I did when I made this exam is I also looked at the pool of questions that existed. I then changed some of the questions around, so it's not like directly lifted, but I changed some of the questions around, and I create some pools of questions, and that's what the exams draw from. It draws from a pool of questions that exist. And so if I click on this, right, so we actually didn't cover chapter 5. Let's do a chapter we actually did, chapter 4. So it's chapter 4, and it's going to create a kind of like a sample exam. So if you want to say, I got a few minutes, I want to take 10 questions, or you could do them all, but just say you select a chapter, you select the sections, you select how many questions you want, but there's 110 total to take, and then say take test now. And then you get multiple choice questions. This is by far the best way to prepare for the exam. In fact, if you were to do all 110 questions for the chapter 4 and all the various questions for all these pools, and it should tell you the answer and whatnot, I think you would have prepared sufficiently for the exam. So the exam itself, for this first exam, it's going to be all multiple choice questions for this first exam. That's not going to be the way for the second and the third exam, but at least for this first exam, it's going to be all multiple choice questions. So These are multiple choice questions. You didn't have that kind of exposure in Applia, like on the stuff for the homework. So that's why I think this A-test prep is going to be your best way of preparing. Okay, that would be how I would prepare for the exam. And again, you're going to see the exam. You're going to see the exam in MindTap under Chapter 9. That's where you're going to see it. And again, you're going to have until 11:59 p.m. on February 10th. You have 80 minutes to do it and only one time to take the exam. You would simply then... I was going to try to look at it like a student, but I can't, I don't think. Anyway, it would look, yours would probably look something similar to this. And then you would just click on this. It'll give you that little circle loading. It'll take a while, especially if you're on Wi-Fi. And that's how it'll look. Then when you click Start Test Now, when you click that, that is when it starts ticking down. Okay, I hope this helps you feel more comfortable with what you'll be experiencing. Once the exam is completed, scores are not going to be released until everyone has taken the exam. And there'll be probably someone taking the exam on Wednesday night. You would want to allow enough time. You don't want to start the exam Wednesday night at 11:30 because then you would only have half an hour. So you need to be done by, as far as I understand it, you would need to be done by 11:59. Not that you need to start the exam by 11:59. Okay.